Coming up on this episode of SEVA TV, we talk about mental health, deal with a lot of schoolwork, and join the Butterfly Project. Stay tuned for all this and more, only on SEVA TV.
The video that we turned in is Fight the Bite. My favorite part was just the experience and just working with technology. Welcome to your kingdom.
This is the motivation and the teamwork.
Welcome, my name is Nebaiot and you're watching SEVA TV at Home Edition. This is the show where we feature educational videos made by student producers all across the Sacramento County. Today we're going to take a look at some of the best videos submitted to the Student Educational Video Awards earlier this year, and we'll even take you behind the scenes to talk to the student producers themselves. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I'm joined today by Kaser, a student from Winston Churchill Middle School. Kaser, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Due to the pandemic, Kaser will be hosting the show remotely from his house. Kaser, take it away.
Thanks, Nebaiot. Hi, and thank you for joining us. Today, we'll bring awareness to mental disorders and discuss ways to improve our overall mental well-being. To start things off, Alexia from McCaffrey Middle School will be joining us to shed some light on the subject.
In my video, I try to bring I try to bring awareness to mental health, and I try to lower the bullying population of people with mental health awareness. People who have mental health very seriously have it way worse than we all think. So many people get bullied for having mental health. Just a few days ago, someone got bullied for autism. So it means so much to me, and I want to bring that awareness to the community, friends, and family.
Mental health is a common problem. There are people who fake having mental health issues and don't fake it, but are accused of it. I mean, there's so many mental disabilities, like depression, anxiety, bipolar, and so many more. And adding bullying makes it worse. It feels like you're in a pool of water, drowning. Then therefore it feels like ever, but you are still alive. Like time has stopped and you're stuck in that one spot with all your negative thoughts. It feels like you are alone. Everyone may look at you like you're crazy, or like nothing is wrong. But really, you're screaming in your head. Something you've done, some part of what is going on in their lives. And you want to cry, but you have no more tears. You feel like no one cares. But when someone does and asks if you're okay, you say, I'm fine. So you don't know how to explain it, or you just don't trust anyone. You begin to hear voices in your head saying to get your life together, or saying you are not good enough. People with a mental health illness usually are insecure, and they can't help it. Who knows? The person across from you could be feeling like they're drowning, like they aren't enough. But I am here. You are no longer alone.
Mental health is often stigmatized and not taken seriously in some parts of the world, which is why it is important to educate others on the effects of poor mental health. Next, we look at how Nigerian cultures respond to mental illness.
I came to this country so you can have a better life. Back when I was in school, we didn't have all these resources, so you have no reason why you should be getting less than perfect in your academics. Being Nigerian, there's a constant need to succeed in everything I do, especially academics. My parents emigrated from Nigeria to the United States in order to give me a better life. But the constant pressure to do well has affected my mental health, causing me to feel like I'm alone. When I try to tell my parents, they tell me it's not real. It's a phase. I'll get over it. With the help of people such as friends, I have learned that I am more than my mental health. I am not alone, and together we can start to educate our parents, grandparents on mental health and change the stigma in our culture.
Hey Ezinne, we just watched your video. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, in quarantine and everything, but doing well.
What was your role in the whole video?
In time mental health and Nigerian culture, I was the main director as long as I
And I also did camera work, editing, and the script.
How'd you come up with the topic for it?
So for the topic of mental health and Nigerian culture, I looked more into myself because I am Nigerian American. And I went and thought about how does mental health affect me and others who also have the same culture. And when I looked into it, mental health was seen as more of a taboo and not really seen as an important thing to talk about in Nigerian culture. So I want to address that through a video.
Do you think the message of the video changed now since we're in a pandemic, or is it the same?
Yes and no. Since we are in a pandemic, we are more aware of our mental health now because we have more time on our hands by ourselves. So I think it did, and I also think it helped with like having our parents, grandparents, and elders understand how mental health is important in our culture.
And now that a lot of people are by themselves and with social distancing and everything, do you think isolation will affect people's mental health in like a positive or negative way?
I think both. In a negative way because you are disconnecting from like your family, your friends, and those people you socialize. But it can be positive as you can now focus more on yourself in terms of self-care and focusing on how you as yourself can improve your mental health as you go on with these next few weeks or months.
Do you have any advice for people who are struggling with isolation?
Some advice I would give to people who are struggling with isolation is that first, I would say try to connect back with those friends and families you can't connect with physically, maybe through messaging, FaceTime, calls, and also focus on your self-care, maybe by picking up a hobby or starting a new show or like anything you want to do that's you consider fun.
What was your favorite part in making the video, or like in making videos in general?
My favorite part in making videos is that I get to like tell a story through camera work, editing, and all that. It's really fun to do.
All right, thank you for talking to us about your video. I hope to see more made by you in the future.
Thank you.
Everyone feels pressured in life. Sometimes it's for the best, and other times it's for the worst. Whatever is weighing you down, just remember that diamonds can't be made without pressure. So coming up next, we have some wise words of wisdom for you by Bailey at Joseph Kerr Middle School.
When you think of pressure, do you think of when you go deeper and deeper underwater, how there's more and more pressure, or when you hike up a mountain, how it's harder and harder to breathe as you go higher, as the higher up you go? Well, we are talking about neither of those. The pressure we are talking about is when you feel like you need to do or change something in order to feel accomplished with yourself, or meet other people's expectations for you. Everyone's been pressured to do or become something sometime in their life, whether it's from your parents to get better grades, from your friends to talk to a new kid, or even from yourself. Sometimes pressure can be good. It can help you get over your fears, increase your confidence in your ability to do something. But what happens when you're pressured to do something for something unrealistic? Not only can it hurt your physical/mental health, but it can ruin relationships with your family and friends. You might not be realizing it, but you could be pressuring yourself for unrealistic goals. Getting better grades, going to college, or getting a job right after high school are all amazing goals to have. But if you don't meet yours or others' expectations, it can have negative side effects such as depression, being stressed, having anxiety about what the future holds. Having depression, anxiety, or being constantly stressed can all affect you in the long run. Here's a scenario. So your parents kick you out right when you turn 18. You would probably become stressed about finding an apartment or a job, etc. In desperation, you sign up for any job you can get, even if it's low paying and long hours. This can lead to constant stress about making rent or bills, enough for groceries, etc. But you also want to have enough for hobbies or self-enjoyment. It can be hard to enjoy yourself when you're constantly worrying about other things. But sometimes pressure can be good or even helpful. Here's an example. Say you're talking in front of a huge assembly or a huge meeting. Most people will be at least a little nervous, but you still go up there anyway and it turned out amazing. You are relieved it's over, but you might feel a little more comfortable if you need to go back out there again. So pressure isn't always bad, but it's important to know when it's healthy and when it isn't. So we've gone over internal pressures and how it affects us, the person with it. So we've gone over internal pressures and how it affects the person with it. But what could happen when the source of pressure is from someone else?
Quite a bit of it. she was pressured to do like an academy that was over at the high school. This is because she had a phone and she liked doing videoing. Her parents understood that, so she thought that they thought that the academy over there would be really good for her. Well, she didn't want to do it. You know why? Because she didn't want to. She wanted Spanish, and to do Spanish and this academy, she had to do summer school or 0 period, which were both no's.
If you're like most students, you'll wait until the last minute to get your work done. But procrastinating like this can add unwanted stress. It can cause you to fall behind. Let's see how Caleb deals with a lot of schoolwork.
This is my video about dealing with lots of schoolwork.
Here, by the way, this is your absent word.
Oh, thanks. See my makeup work. What? How am I gonna get all of this done in 1 week? What page did you say for the workbook? All of that? How am I gonna get all of this done in time? Okay, let's plan this out. Alright, we'll do these pages Monday, these Tuesday, do the rest of these Wednesday, and then the 2 other days I can spend working on the workbook. Sounds like a plan. For today. Gotta work on it more tomorrow. Here's my absent work. The best way to deal with a lot of schoolwork is to plan out what you're doing which day. Make sure you don't procrastinate all your work to the last night.
There are many different kinds of mental illnesses, and their symptoms are experienced differently by each person. So in this next video, Sophia will try to illustrate what this wide range of experiences may look like.
My name is Sophia and I go to Pleasant Grove High School. The other members of my production team are Taylor and Trinity, and the name of our video is Mental Wellness. Throughout our video, there are different mental illnesses and common scenarios of how many people experience them. We wanted our viewers to understand the troubles most teens face when expressing their mental illnesses to their parents or guardians. Most adults grew up in an age where mental illnesses were looked down upon, so having this as our main message can hopefully start healthier conversations about mental health. We made our video over a span of 2 months as we divided different mental illnesses in a creative way to show the audience that there shouldn't be a stigma around mental health. Our favorite part of the video was how in the end it all tied back to a full circle idea with all the actors, and how although they were different among their mental illnesses, they were ideally all in it together. We learned more about the different kinds of mental illnesses and the many situations people can experience. Overall, our educational message for the audience was to end the stigma on mental illnesses while sending the message that mental wellness is key to our well-beings.
coming tonight. I can't wait to see everyone. We're gonna have such a great time. It's gonna be what I wanted. I can't wait to sing and dance with my friends. Friends? You don't have any friends. The only friends you have is yourself. And you don't even know how to make friends. Shut up! She has a point, you know. Maybe we should just stay in and sleep. Don't be such an introvert. Look, everything's gonna be just fine. We're gonna have a great time, okay?
Seven. So, how's everyone doing today?
No matter where you come from, mental wellness is universally defined as a state of well-being that allows one to cope with the normal stresses of life and promotes productive contributions to the community around you. Now let's join our peers in search of mental wellness together.
한국무에서는 불꽃없어 우들 종을 쏟깁니다.
我不习惯跟我的家人谈我的 bipolar disorder.
Sa aming mga Filipino, walang mental health challenges. Hindi totoo yan.
내 우울증,
我的 bipolar disorder.
Ang anxiety,
나는 나니까.
不要怕找别人帮忙.
dahil lahat ito ay mabuti.
There's nothing wrong with seeking help. 不要等.
For help, call 1-800-273-TALK.
Sometimes it's hard to tell what others are going through. You never know what battles they're fighting inside, so be nice to everyone, and if you or a loved one is having suicidal thoughts, remind them what they mean to you and direct them to someone who can help.
Okay, just act happy. Don't let them see. Just keep smiling. I don't want to go home. I just want to stay here.
You put on your happy mask before you leave for school. Nobody knows how you feel. You feel like not being here anymore. You feel like it's your fault. You get pushed around and insulted. Even as an accident or a joke, it hurts a lot. It makes that feeling so much worse in an instant. You can get help. Suicide isn't the answer. You have a lot to live for. It will get better.
Your mental health is nothing to be ashamed of. It also does not define who you are. You are who you are, and that's okay. It's easier than you think to get the help you need. Watch as these students pick up the phone and make the call.
Are you okay? No, I'm fine. Hello? Is this the suicide prevention hotline? I think I know someone that might commit suicide.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, call this number.
1-800-273-8255.
The Butterfly Project is a unique way of preventing people from self-harm. To find out more, check out this PSA from Pleasant Grove High School.
The Butterfly Project is dedicated to those who participate in self-harm and are ready to make a change. The rules to this are, if you have the urge to cut yourself, draw a butterfly on your arm, hand, or wrist. After drawing this, name the butterfly after a loved one or after someone who is supporting you. The butterfly must fade naturally, no scrubbing or washing it off. Other people can draw butterflies on you too. These are extra special. If you cut, then the butterfly dies. If you don't cut, the butterfly lives.
No matter who you are or what challenges you face, just know that you are never alone. There will always be someone you can turn to for help. Whenever you are feeling stressed or overwhelmed, just remember to take a deep breath in and out. Until then, I'll see you next time. Back to you, Nebaiot.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's episode of SEVA TV. Thank you for joining us, and remember, if you'd like to see more student videos or want to find out how you can enter into the SEVAs, check out our website at secctv.org. I'm Nebaiot, and thanks for watching.